War II.
Okay.
A unit called the Ghost Army fought without firing a
How do I
shot.
do this?
Inflated fake tanks, staged dummy jeeps, blasted recordings of troops and engines. The actors faked radio chatter. Soldiers dragged tire
But here's
tracks
the
through
thing.
mud. The enemy, Nazi
I will
Germany,
grab this
faced an army
box.
that never existed.
I will use my other army.
None of them
But
are
come on.
was getting robbed. When the robber said, "Give me what you got," the guy. This couple was getting robbed. When the robber said, "Give me what you got," the guy got scared and said in a shaky voice, "Take anything you want." The robber thought for a moment, then grabbed the girl's hand and decided to take her. The guy stood there shocked and quickly shouted, "Wait! I said take anything, not everything." Seeing this, the woman got emotion, and even the robber started to feel a little bad. Then the guy walked up to the girl, took the PlayStation from her hands, and said, "All right, take care of her, man." And let this couple was getting robbed. When the robber
I'm gonna find the kid with the worst scooter here and snap it right in front of his face. Then I'll pretend like he's left with nothing just to surprise him with this brand new one. We spent the last 20 minutes talking about how bad this is. Let me feel it, let me feel it.
Well, survive! Yay!
How much? There's no way you paid $60 for this. $70, buddy? You got ripped off.
Come
Oh
on!
my god, I'm gonna cut the bike out of this. He has no idea. Ready? This actually sucks. What are you?
Let's go.
How are you gonna get home, dude? You'll at least forgive me, right? You forgive me? Alright, cool. He really thinks I'm not gonna give him this. He has absolutely no clue. I just ruined his day for the love of the game. Are you actually sad? Yeah. Alright, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, I'll stop trolling. You can have. I'm sorry.
I'm gonna. This random streamer accidentally discovered a stacking glitch in 99 nights that broke the game. She was preparing food at her campfire when she found out something insane. If you stack beds in a specific way, you get insane speed multipliers. So she used it to outrun the deer and escape everything. What most players don't know is wolves in 99 nights can't catch you if you move faster than them. She became completely untouchable using this exploit. The way she used this glitch changed everything. This random streamer accidentally...
This was an extremely bizarre flight. Any passenger who made a sound would be taken by a monster. The flight attendants repeatedly warned everyone to remain absolutely silent, as that was the only way to ensure a safe landing. At first, the passengers didn't believe it and continued talking on speakerphone. The flight attendant immediately snatched one passenger's phone and tossed it into a water bottle, causing a child to scream loudly in fear. The flight attendant quickly told the child that the monster would take him, and the child immediately fell silent. But Jack thought the flight attendant was just trying to scare him. Suddenly, everyone on the plane was shocked, and no one dared to make a sound. Just then, a handsome guy intentionally placed his stinky foot next to a beautiful woman to get her attention. However, he was taken by the monster because of a hiccup. As people were taken one by one, the woman silently thanked her luck, but the guy sitting behind her wasn't so lucky. His foe could mimic human voices. Finally, the flight attendants announced that they were
I will bring them all to his
everyone
family.
breathed a sigh of relief, but the next second... But why could the female flight attendant still... This was an extremely bizarre flight.
Before I decided to take my own life, I wanted to make sure that it was actually what I wanted. So I found a man online who would bury me alive in his backyard for 30 minutes to see if I actually enjoyed it. He had me sign a handwritten waiver on a piece of notebook paper, pointed at a coffin that was already deep in the ground, and said, "Knock 3 times and I'll let you out." I nodded and climbed into the coffin. 30 minutes underground, and I would finally know the answer. The man closed the lid, and when I heard the first shovel of dirt hit the wood above my face, my whole body tensed up. I couldn't do it anymore. I wanted to live. Adrenaline filled my stomach and shot straight through my hand, pressing against the lid. Knock, knock, knock. But instead of letting me out, the man started laughing to himself. Hell no, I'm not letting you out. That's when I finally realized how screwed I was. I had driven to a stranger's house, climbed into a coffin, and nobody knew where I was. I knew I only had 25 minutes until the oxygen ran out. The wood creaked under the weight of the dirt, and I made myself breathe slowly as I thought about all the people that might be sad that I was dead. The list was longer than I expected. 15 minutes left. I thought about my dog's face when I walked through the door. That joy that always made my day better. I wanted to be alive more than ever. I rubbed my hands together and pushed against the box as hard as I could. Boom! The lid flew open. I sat up so fast I headbutted him in the chin. I climbed out and stood in his backyard feeling more awake than I had in months. He rubbed his jaw and looked at me with the same flat expression he had worn the entire time. I knew you'd make it out by yourself. I just wanted you to be forced to think about how beautiful life is before you did. I drove home, fed my dog, and called my therapist for the first time in 4 months. Before I decided to take...
They say that if you bite into a hot jawbreaker, the candy can explode and cause serious burns. The Mythbusters team tried to prove it, but since no one was willing to...
After every rescue, Spider-Man would sneak back home through the balcony to keep his identity hidden. But this time, he carelessly forgot to lock the door. When his friends came in, Spider-Man had to react quickly and stick himself to the ceiling. However, his hand was bleeding, and as the group was about to leave, drops of blood fell onto the floor. A normal person wouldn't have heard such a faint sound, but Harry's father immediately sensed something was wrong. He stared at the blood stains on the floor, completely baffled, and walked out onto the balcony. He looked around for a long time, but found nothing unusual. Still, his suspicions weren't put to rest. Soon after, Peter came back inside, changed into fresh clothes, and joined them for dinner. Aunt May noticed the wound on his hand, and Harry's father's face changed instantly. He recognized it right away. It was the exact cut Spider-Man had gotten from the razor-sharp bomb dart during their fight. He put down his utensils, made an excuse about an urgent matter, and left immediately. It turned out that Peter's best friend's father was the Green Goblin. After their previous confrontation with Spider-Man, he knew he couldn't beat him head-on. Once he discovered Peter's true identity, the Green Goblin quickly kidnapped Mary, the girl Peter had secretly loved. The Green Goblin gave Spider-Man an impossible choice: save the girl he loves, or save a cable car full of innocent civilians. But Spider-Man decided to save them both. He wouldn't abandon anyone. The moment the Green Goblin let go, Spider-Man dove down at lightning speed, caught Mary in his arms, grabbed the falling cable car, and shot out his web. He managed to save everyone, but now he was completely immobilized. This was the Green Goblin's chance. He flew his glider straight at Peter at full speed, but Peter wouldn't let go. Just as the Green Goblin was about to strike him down, a durian suddenly hit him. He turned around to see hundreds of people on the bridge shouting, "Spider-Man is a hero, don't hurt him." Meanwhile, Peter seized the moment to get the children onto a cargo ship. The Green Goblin noticed and launched his attack. He threw Peter into an abandoned castle, and a pumpkin bomb exploded right next to his face, leaving Peter defenseless. Spider-Man was overwhelmed by the Green Goblin's relentless assault and had no way to fight back. Peter tried to find a chance to escape, but was knocked down.
Wait for me!
Enraged at having his plans ruined, the Green Goblin swore that once Peter was dead, he would personally torture Mary. Hearing this, Peter's adrenaline surged. The Green Goblin had crossed the line by threatening the girl Peter loved most. Faced with the Green Goblin's ultimate
Where did
weapon,
he
his
get
triumph,
that
Peter
from?
grabbed it firmly and held on. Then he exploded with power,
I'm
flipped the
on
Green
my
Goblin over,
way.
and used his webs to
I'm
pull
on
down
my
the massive
way.
wall, crushing the
This
villain
time I
beneath it.
will
Just as the
win
Green
them
Goblin
dirty
crawled
fast
out, Peter
as well.
attacked again, pummeling him with all his
Boom.
weight until the Green Goblin couldn't take it anymore. He removed his helmet, revealing that the Green Goblin was Harry's father, Osborn. Osborn begged Peter for forgiveness, claiming he'd been controlled by the Green Goblin inside him. But it was a trick. He suddenly activated his glider and attacked again. Thankfully, Peter's spider sense kicked in. The moment the glider came at him, Peter jumped out of the way, and the Green Goblin met his own demise. Peter brought the Green Goblin's body back home, but Harry happened to see it. Harry thought Spider-Man had killed his father. At Osborn's funeral, Peter tried to comfort Harry, but Harry swore he would make Spider-Man pay. Peter fell into deep thought, unsure if he'd done the right thing. When Mary confessed her feelings to Peter, even though he'd secretly loved her for years, Peter still turned her down. Do you know why Peter rejected Mary? Follow me for more amazing movie clips.
A man survived a massive factory explosion and called his older brother. I'm safe, but a coworker saved my life. He lost both his arms in the fire and has no family. Can you stay in your guest house? The wealthy brother sighed angrily. Don't bring him here. He claimed he had a reputation to maintain. Refused to take care of a cripple and said the guy wasn't their father. The younger brother hung up without a word. The older brother didn't hear from him for months. Worried by the silence, he hired a private investigator to track him down. The trail finally led to a rundown homeless shelter in another state. The older brother walked inside and completely froze. His younger brother was sitting in the corner, staring at the ground, with empty sleeves where both his arms used to be. He looked up and quietly said, I was that coworker. I just needed to know if you still. A man survived a massive factory explosion and called his older brother. I'm safe, but a coworker saved my life. He lost both his arms in the fire and has no family. Can you stay in your guest house? The wealthy brother sighed angrily. Don't bring him here. He claimed he had a reputation to maintain. Refused to take care of a cripple and said the guy wasn't their father. The younger brother hung up without a word. The older brother didn't hear from him for months. Worried by the silence, he hired a private investigator to track him down. The trail finally led to a rundown homeless shelter in another state. The older brother walked inside and completely froze. His younger brother was sitting in the corner, staring at the ground, with empty sleeves where both his arms used to be. He looked up and quietly said, I was that coworker. I just needed to know if you still. A man survived a massive factory explosion and called his older brother. I'm safe, but a coworker saved my life. He lost both his arms in the fire and has no family. Can you stay in your guest house? The wealthy brother sighed angrily. Don't bring him here. He claimed he...
This is the world's most dangerous country. 72,000 people attended the show, who legally fast statement from overwhelming emotion. 23 people passed away on site. There are 80 member medical teams stood by to handle all emergencies. Government troops maintained on-site order. Tell the Romanian Yogi this concert will never be surpassed. There will never be another Michael Jackson. This is the world's movie.
Some chicks trying to steal a car in your parking lot. You're under arrest again.
Trigger lights.
Step over here. I'm going to back. See, just your mugshot and the princess again.
Excuse me. Officer. Sorry, employee parking only. No public parking. Back to it. Which street? Do exactly as I said. Right here. Left hand takes up the radio. Put it on the seat. Hey, eyes on me. We're here now. Let's go. Now both hands on your belt. Through the room. Let me shut the door. Into the back. And don't even think about trying to charge me, officer. Just have it. Yes, I set that baby off. Everybody in a 2-block radius is dead. You see these handcuffs on the side wall? Put them on. Tight. Let's go. Anything doesn't go my way, I release this, we go boom. You try and be a hero, I release this, and we go boom. Don't want you so much as look